Hey, so what's up guys? It's Pohdoh here, and this time I got another arena commentary video for you. So, anyways, I'm actually gonna be watching this in. Actually I haven't watched this some time, so it's gonna be kind of weird for me to commentate over this. So, anyways, back on to the video. This is gonna show some of the new changes in arena, and this is some of the changes I really don't like. And the two changes are the new tank shield slap, and also Angel Vigil and the amount of rune buffs going on. It's freaking ridiculous. I hate it so much. So, anyways, this is against a melee and this is against a mage. So then I'm with Rayton. He wanted to go against me, and then and keep in mind I have a different build right now. It's not very good for twos. Unless it's not very good for double DPS. It's actually a very bad build if you're running double DPS. So, anyways, you can see this monk is freaking rune buffed. So she has 20%. She has I believe 20% resilience and 20% stamina. So it's taking me forever to kill her. And then we killed the mage. I'm pretty sure the mage wasn't rune buffed because he went down pretty fast. So anyways, I'm just using popping all my cooldowns as possible. I just constantly have to run because it's against a melee, and melee's doing assload of damage. They're so stupidly powerful. I still hate them. I mean, they're really hard to go against. Even without a heal, I mean, they're so incredibly annoying. Like deities is just like a kill everything button, like for 15 seconds. And as a mage, it's pretty difficult to run away from deities unless you know what you're doing. Unless the melee doesn't know what he's doing because they have 50% speed, so they outrun you. They also have the 30% movement speed from the movement speed bonus from the new melee gear, and they also have insta cast. So it's just a pain in the ass to actually run away from them during DDs. But if you can do that, then they're relatively squishy. So, anyways, that was the first game. It was relatively simple. This is the next game. I don't quite remember what it was about. I need to look at it. Now Rayton isn't wearing a main hand weapon. I don't know why. He has like 200 spell power at best. I really don't know why. I He's probably wanting to show off. No offense to you, but I mean seriously, I don't know any other reason why you wouldn't wear that wouldn't wear a weapon. So, anyways, here we are. This is the next match, and then I believe it's against a Sin and a Mage. I'm not quite too sure. And Rayton has like a Winter Sleep build, so it's conflicting with me because I'm not exactly sure what to do because I accidentally Blaze Prison the monk here, which I shouldn't have done. I should have Blaze Prison the ranger. So I cast a Flamestorm. I don't even know why. Keep in mind, I'm not very used to this. I'm used to fours. I've been doing a lot more fours right now, and my twos is really rusty. So anyways, we both decided to cast a flamestorm, and the reason why is not because we know the monk is running around, but that's not the point. The reason why we do that is so that the monk can take 30% more damage from our flamestorm, because the monk's running around so much, so we might as well make the best use of our one shockwave that we can get off. And then I already used Skyfire here. So we are combined DPS since the monk was running around so much he didn't have much time to heal, and then now the Sin's pretty much screwed. The Sin's not very well geared. I don't see any rune buffs on him. So with the two of us, we should easily kill him. And now he's running away because there's pretty much nothing you can do. And I would have and then yes, it just took one more shock to kill him, but then he disappeared right here. And then he's pretty much and the games right here at the beginning, they're just kind of filler, to be perfectly honest. I found it kind of interesting. So and sorry about my commentating. Like I said, I haven't actually reviewed these matches, so I don't know exactly know what to say. Pretty much he's just stalling at this point. He's running around. I think just waiting for the sneak to come back. And then yep, now sneaks here. And then at this point, it still doesn't matter. I mean, Rayton doesn't have that much mana, but then I have plenty of mana to survive on. So even if he attacks Rayton, we're pretty much still fine. And these poison clouds are going up. We're still looking for him. And then let's see. And then I believe he starts attacking Rayton right here. I'm not sure. No, he stuns. And he goes to the center and stuns Rayton, but whatever. Or I think the combat starts just shows that the Sin actually was caught by the poison gas or whatever did the trees. Anyways, we're just waiting for him out here. Putting in the campfire is actually a pretty efficient strategy if you're human because 30% regeneration and the main thing is not actually because of 30% regeneration, but then if they see you casting something and then they absolutely panic. So I've done that to multiple times against Sins, and for some reason that always draws them out. I don't even know why. So then we both pop Skyfire here because we figured that both of us Skyfiring should be enough to kill him before he has a chance to smoke bomb. And then yep, that's pretty much it. and then on to the next game. Let's see. Come on. And then this time it's against. Let's see. I'm not quite sure who's against this time. And then let me think. Hmm. Not quite sure. Oh, it is against a tank and it's against a heal. And keep in mind, I hate tank versus heal. Tank versus tank and heal and melee and heal. Those are the two most broken combos. As a mage personally, maybe as double DPS teams. And then I'll show you the new tank slap here, new shield slap for tanks, and it's scary. I mean, like I'll just say it flat out, it's pretty scary. And then anyways, let's see. First, I decided to attack the healer first, and then the tank's actually wearing a melee claw. I think that's for additional damage or for more consistent damage. And they're both going after Rayton right here. I just have popped down a flame storm here. Just keep just keep the pressure up. But then the monk was actually smart and he prays right here, which I should have seen, but I couldn't see it during animation, so that's my fault. And then you can see Rayton's health; it's going down fast. And this is a new power of the tanks. Tanks can actually do a pretty decent amount of damage now. And then the monk's running, and then we're both desperately trying to go after the monk here. Look at Rayton's health. It's going down really fast. This should not be possible for a tank. It really shouldn't. Maybe for a DP, this should be possible for a DPS warrior, but not a tank. And this is ridiculous. And then you're gonna see the tank just kill me right here. And without Skyfire, I can't do anything. I'm running for my life with stone armor. I'm just constantly running, but there's nothing to do. I mean, like the tank could just simply out DPS me out of Skyfire. And I find it ridiculous that a tank can do more damage than me. A tank could do more damage than me without Skyfire. And this is why I say I don't like mages. They're not that great in twos right now. Like seriously, there's so many things going against them right now. So many classes got buffs except for mages. And I'm placing down a flamestorm here because I figure that's pretty much the best way I can do damage. Because as you can see, I lost all my defensive cooldowns. I'm out of free will, out of stone armor. I'm out of I was pretty much out of frost blast when I cast it, and I was also out of my shield. So, I mean, that's a new power to tanks. Tanks can do very, very scary amount of damage. And I'm not sure the tank was rune buffed, but I mean, still, he did a pretty crazy amount of damage as a tank. Keep in mind, this is a tank. Like, I mean, if I was a Sin, and even as a tank, like he's soaking up our Skyfire. He's soaking up our shockwaves pretty well. And then I like as a Sin, I mean, if you're a Sin, you're never killing a tank. A decent tank, you're never ever killing him. So anyway, this is against a double tank. And normally I would be like, oh, this is okay, this is fine. And we should have won, except this tank was using Angel's Vigil. And if you guys didn't know, Angel's Vigil is where you regenerate health. Regenerate a ridiculous amount of health. So look at the Chinese tank right here. I put in a flamestorm here, and then they were stupid enough to stay inside it. So we're doing a crazy amount of damage on them. And then normally this shouldn't be a problem, but the tank has Angel's Vigil on. So the smart tank runs, and the other not so smart tank just has to stay. Yeah, we just kill him right here. It was relatively easy. So then here comes the other tank, and then and it looked like it was our game right here. Except the problem was it's not really because I have all my cooldowns are gone. I still have free will, except that's not gonna help me all that much. So I'm pretty overconfident here. I'm just constantly shocking him, blaze prisoning him, and his health's going down really fast. So I figure this is it. We're gonna win, and it's all good. And then his health's almost down, but then Rayton's almost done here. And then, the tank's health is pretty much close to nothing. But then Rayton has no mana. Now look at the tank's health very carefully. His health, and keep in mind the tank has a lot of health. Like a lot of health. And a lot of armor as well. So even though it may seem like the tank's regenerating a relatively small amount of health over time, that's actually a huge amount of actual damage we have to put on the tank before we can reduce it. And look how quickly his health's going up. Like normally this should have been our game. We should have won this, except it's because of Angel's Vigil that we lost. And I think that's fucking stupid as shit. Because Angel's Vigil is a rune item. Is a rune buff basically, meaning that you'll only buy it with real money, meaning that it's a pay to win game. There's I mean like either you pay game loft or you're not gonna win or you're gonna lose all these matches, which we should have won. I mean, and for the most part, we outplayed them. His partner wasn't that great. We killed the partner first, and we were both, focusing damage on the tank. And I didn't realize he had Angel Vigil until near the end, and then I was like, crap, we just lost because unless we have Skyfire, there's no way we can kill a tank. There's absolutely no way. And look how much health the tank is regenerating at this point. I mean, this is bullshit. Like normally, Rayton could have just kited and killed the tank over time with attrition, but the tank's just regenerating like a crazy amount of health over time, and now he's at full health, doing absolutely nothing. Like that absolutely pisses me off at times. This is why one of the reasons why I'm not doing twos that often anymore, because it's unfair. It's a pay to win system. Either you pay game loft your money, or you can't do jack shit against these teams. Like, some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, you can still kill Vigil teams. I do it all the time. But let's be realistic here. For the most part, you had a huge advantage, huge disadvantage when you're going against these Vigil buff teams. And I personally don't find it very fun when your opponent has an unfair advantage. Like in Modern Combat, the reason why I like Modern Combat is that it's a relatively skill-based game. Even Modern Combat 4, where all the explosives going around, it's a relatively skill-based game. If you have better aim than someone, and if you invest more time, then you beat them. But Order and Chaos is not the case. It's whoever pays the most amount of money wins. And I think that's bullshit. I absolutely hate that. That was one of the one thing. That was the one thing that attracted me to a Marina, was that there wasn't that many rune buffs at the time. There was some, but they didn't make too much of a difference. So for the most part, if you outplayed your opponent, you can still kill them. Arena now, it's not the case. If you have rune buffs on, if you have sufficient amount of, if you have the money to actually pay game loft for Angel's Vigil, for the agility buff, the wisdom buff, well, wisdom buff if you need it, the agility buff, and then the stamina and the resilience buff. Like, you're pretty much impossible to kill. I've seen tanks with 22,000 armor and 20,000 health. I've seen melees with like 15,000 health. Like, how are you supposed to kill that? Like, it's just totally impossible to kill them unless you're using rune buffs yourself. That being said, there's still a pretty, a pretty good amount of skill into arena, I guess, kind of. Rayton potted here, I think. So, but then he still lost because like, look how close. Like, we pretty much had to kill the tank twice. Like, we're going against three players. We have to go against one tank, the Chinese tank, and and then once the Chinese tank regenerate all his health again, we have to kill him again. So, anyways, that's the end of the video. No, I think there's one more here. So, and this is showing, like, some of you guys say that mages are good in twos. They're not. Like, they're honestly not that great. You have to play your class very, very well if you can compete against these melees and against these healers and against these warriors. Like, and Masons are okay, I guess. Since they have Impale, they got a pretty big buff with Impale. I mean, some Sins are doing like 11k crits, like 11,000 dagger stabs. That's ridiculous. Granted, it's with the PvE gear, but I mean, still, that shouldn't be possible for a Sin with an instacast. So, this is against a healer and mage team, and then the mage wasn't too well geared, so then I figured we could just take him, so I decided to go aggressive on him. And I started with the Blaze Prison right here, and then I activated my Fire the Rising Moon, and he starts to run. I don't know what the healer is doing. He's just standing there. So then he decides to stun me for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. I decided to freeze the healer and then go for the healer instead. But then he Blaze Prisons me in the middle, so which is a pretty good move, and then my partner puts him to sleep, and then puts him to sleep, and then casts down a Flame Storm. And then I'm just waiting for a Blaze Prison to go away. And Rayton, my partner, is a really good mage, so I figured he can handle himself for now. So then right here, I decided to put a freeze down. And then I know the mage put down a Flame Storm, but I didn't really care too much. I mean, the mage was pretty undergeared, so I figured we can take him down. And then I think the mage goes down here. I think we killed him here. My partner killed him here. So then it's just me and the healer. And so we're like, oh, it's our win. And I'm pretty sure we can kill the healer right now. Except the healer's running around the fountain the entire time. This shows the weakness of the mage. The weakness of the mage is that they have a cast time, and other classes have instacast. Sins are instacast, melees are instacast, healers, they have prayer, which is an instacast. I mean, a lot of their best spells are instacast. However, for us, look at it. Two mages, two really well geared mages, two mages that know what they're doing, still cannot kill one healer that's running around the fountain. I find it ridiculous. Like, I mean, first of all, me personally, what some changes I would do is I would add armor penetration for Sins, because as of now, it's totally impossible to kill a tank as a Sin. And next of all, us mages, we need more instacast. We need some kind of stun, some kind of we need a better form of interrupt. Frostblast personally is not cutting it. It doesn't do enough damage. It doesn't, and it's only one stun. It's that and Cyclone. Both of them require that we have a very good line of sight, which is not possible all the time. As you can see, we still cannot kill this healer, because all he's doing is running around until he has divine breath, and we still can kill him with Skyfire. The reason why is because he's running, and then believe it or not, even though Shockwave is a short cast time, it still is a cast time, and then we're just trying to kill any, and then the monk just heals every once in a while using prayer, and then that's it. Like it's thoroughly impossible to kill him near the fountain. This is the one thing that especially irritates me. It's one situations where there's nothing you can really do. And then granted, I still need to get better gear. Right here, I'm still getting better gear. I'm farming. I'm doing fours. So anyways, and then here I don't know why he ate. I don't know why he decided to waste food in this match, since it's pretty clear that we're gonna win this. Because I mean he's not doing enough damage to us. There's two of us, so I don't know what he's trying to do by eating. But anyways, this shows like the relative weakness of the mage. Not saying that the mages are overall a really bad class. They just do have their weaknesses. And they're not nearly as good as people think they are. Like Skyfire, even Skyfire. Like Skyfire is not that great. Not that great. It has its inherent weaknesses, and its weakness is that it can be countered so easily. It's so easy to counter Skyfire if you know what you're doing. Like literally, all this guy has to do in order to counter Skyfire is to run around the fountain. If he runs around the fountain, there's nothing we can do about it. Like there's literally nothing we can do because he's gonna get out of range every time we try to cast Shockwave. So anyways, enough of my ranting. This pretty much just goes on for a really long time. So then we nearly got him right here, but then he runs and then I think he prays right here as well. Like that's all he does right here. And then yeah, I don't even know what more to talk about. So yeah, he prays here. So there's a Pohdoh, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll just show you I'll show you the rest of us chasing him down. So I'll see you guys later. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I'm just kind of frustrated with twos right now. I'm really frustrated with twos because me, like personally, like I'm doing so much worse in twos. Not only because of my new spec, not only because of I have different partners, but because of these rune buffers. They're so annoying. I never rune buffed. And if I rune buffed is like something really pointless because I won it from a lottery. But I mean, still, like it's so irritating when you lose to people who are not as skilled as you, but just happen to have more money than you, who happen just to go with the pay to win system. And that's it. So, anyways, Pohdoh, rate, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I'll see you guys later.